Hi and welcome to the third series of North London TV. I'm Roseanne.
I'm Steve.
North London TV is a social media programme looking to highlight all the best features of North London.
Coming up on this week's show, a big interview with Stone Wines. Then we've got our property feature, how the pandemic has affected the property market. Then we're doing a bit of lifestyle with Roseanne at the laboratory. And then Layla's doing an area guide on Mill Hill. So Roseanne has been out and about this week and she's at Stone Wines. You've been to see Riyadh.
I have, learning about my wines.
It's amazing how Roseanne always ends up with the drinking jobs.
Best job.
Let's go and see what you got up to.
So today I'm here in Whetstone in North London speaking to Riaz, who owns Stone Wines, to find out a bit more about his business. Hi Riaz, thanks for joining us today.
Hi Roseanne, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
Good. So tell me the history behind Stone Wines. When did you open?
We opened around about 4 years ago. Initially we were just doing wines, but now I've branched out, so we have wines, beers and coffees.
Oh, great. Has your career always been in the wine industry?
Well, no. Originally I was in the public sector. I got made redundant around about 2012 and I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. A friend of mine suggested that I come and work with him. He was looking for an extra body through to the end of the year. He was in the wine industry. I thought I'll give it a go, see what it's like, and absolutely fell in love with the subject matter. Actually, not just the subject matter, but the people as well. The people are really friendly and it's a lovely sector to be involved in.
So how did you get from working for your friend to opening up your own shop?
Right. Well, whilst I was working from him, I thought I should probably learn a bit more about the subject matter. So I went to wine school, there is such a thing, took some basic qualifications, but then started to build up an idea on what it was I wanted to do. Now, initially, I was importing wines, and that's a really difficult thing to get going. You have to persuade people to come and buy your stuff, whereas if you've got a high street presence, people come to you because they can see where you are.
So how many wines do you sell and what's the range?
Well, I think we've got around about 300, 350 wines. So we've got stock from all around the world. I love to hunt down things that you wouldn't ordinarily see in this country. I mean, the other week I picked something up from Switzerland. Now, people don't come in asking for a wine from Switzerland,
No.
but if you can put it on by the glass, they'll taste something for the first time. They might like it, they might love it, but they're going to experience something new.
That's great. And what made you open up in Whetstone?
Well, I looked all across London and, you know, there's so many different regions here that you could pick from, but I wanted to find somewhere where there was a reasonably affluent demographic, where, this is important to me, but where the crime levels are quite low so we can feel safe and secure when we're here, but also where there was no other competition. There's not a wine shop for quite a few miles around.
And are you finding you are getting people from the local area? Or, I mean, how far do your clients come to?
Yeah, it's a mixture. So to a degree, there's people who live in the area that come and see us, but increasingly people are coming to us as a destination venue. So particularly with the beers, you know, I mentioned that we originally just did wines, but the beers have really taken off in the last 18 months. And people travel in from Hertfordshire, from other parts of North London. We even got customers who come in from South London because we've got brewers that we work with that no one else stocks.
That's great. And are you just open as a shop, or do you do you hold any events or anything like that?
Yeah, the main part of the business is a shop, but we've got tables and chairs here. We do wine by the glass. We also do evenings that are either formal wine tastings or even informal wine tastings, and from time to time we do a pop-up kitchen. These happen, someone comes in to lead these events, and they're really fun evenings.
What is it about the local area and your local high street that you like?
Well, you've got two things. You've got an established community, that's people who maybe were born here, grew up here and have carried on living here, but also there's an increasing level of diversity, and I love the fact that people are moving into the area, they're joining in with the community and they're really enjoying their life living here.
So with all your knowledge from wine school, you were telling me that you went on to become a judge as well. Tell me a bit more about that.
Yeah, there's a variety of different things that I do. So I'm a wine judge for Harper's Wine Stars, which is great fun. I get to taste loads of different wines, but also it's really good for our business because it raises the profile. People can see us in magazines and wines that we've come across, but also for me, in terms of trying to select new products, if I've been judging them, I know what's good.
Well, thanks very much for joining us today, Riaz. And now it's back to the studio.
So that was great. Unfortunately, Roseanne's still drinking.
It was a good interview, that. We should do more interviews with wine shops.
It's very dangerous. What's next, Roseanne?
Next up, I think you're next, aren't you, Steve? With one of our famous property features. This time we're talking about how the pandemic has affected the property market.
So during the pandemic, strangely enough, the property market has absolutely gone on fire. Obviously, the stamp duty has helped that take it to a whole nother level. But then there is another side and another story to that. Loads of people who spent 2 or 3 months in their houses realised that actually their houses were too small. They realised they were working from home and they needed an extra bit of space. And also, when you have that time at home, people have that time to think, where are we going next? Another reason, obviously, getting the property market going is loads of people saved money. No one went out. No one went to restaurants, bars, no one went on holiday. So suddenly people's expenses went to pretty much zero. So suddenly people have saved up money, and with that money, they thought, right, now's the greatest time to go and buy property. But with the stamp duty, people are saving up to £15,000 cash. So when you walk that into a mortgage, you're looking at being able to borrow an extra £70,000, £80,000. And so for us, the pandemic was actually a very good time for the property market. And obviously it has calmed down since the stamp duty has ended, but we do expect it to be very strong into 2022 and beyond.
So the upside is that the property market is going to bounce back from the pandemic and everything that's happened.
Yeah, so far it's been pretty healthy, and I expect it to carry on that way over the next couple of years. The demand out there is still absolutely crazy.
Good, let's hope so.
So I heard you've been working out, Roseanne.
I have, working off all the takeaways during the lockdown, I think.
Perfect. So next we're up to the laboratory where Roseanne's going to do us a bit of stretching.
So today I'm at the laboratory in Mill Hill and I'm with personal trainer Lauren, and she's going to teach me some stretches.
Okay, so as you know, before you work out, it's important to mobilise your joints. So 3 mobilising exercises that we're going to be doing today. First one for our lower body, opening up our hips, something that we call opening the gate. So you're going to be raising one knee, taking it out to the side, bring it back down and round to the front again. That's it, really opening up your hips. Yeah, lovely. And same again on the same leg, so coming up, out, down and back round. Good. Try and keep your other hip nice and still. And same on the other leg, so coming up, out, down and back. Good. One more time here. Up, out, down and around. That's it. Lovely. Keep your core nice and tight. Okay, so upper body. Mobilising the shoulders. We're just going to do some circles. Nice big circles. Good. Going backwards and same again. Coming forwards. Just really.
And what does this do?
Open up your shoulders. Mobilises the joints. So just before you start lifting any weights, they're nice and warm.
Feels nice.
And third one for our trunk, so just placing your arms by your side, keep your hips nice and straight. We're just going to twist round, so you're going to feel that all along your core, and then round to the other side as well, as far around as you can, and back around the other way.
And what does this do?
So again, this just mobilises your core, gets everything, all your joints nice and warm before you start lifting any weights.
That's great.
Lovely.
So when you exercise, it's always important to stretch before and after.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Thanks very much. And now it's back to the studio.
Who knew you were that bendy?
I certainly didn't. Suffering for days afterwards. And now we're moving on to our final feature, which is our area guide, and introducing our new reporter, Layla, who this time will be talking about Mill Hill.
Mill Hill is situated next to Finchley and Hendon and has a real village feel. It's a family-orientated area, but it's cheaper than neighbouring Highgate and Hampstead. It boasts 2 equestrian centres, health clubs, golf clubs and activities for children in the local area. It has a buzzing local high street full of independent businesses and restaurants, and it's very close to Brent Cross. Travel links include the overground, the underground and road links to the A41 and the M1. A 3-bedroom house will range between 500,000 to 1.1 million, and a 2-bedroom flat will range anywhere between 320,000 to 1.3 million.
That was great from Layla in Mill Hill.
Yeah.
She'll be taking your job soon.
I know, she will. Next time, won't be on this sofa, it'll be Layla. Anyway, we just want to say thanks for everyone for watching this episode. If you have any inquiries or a local business that would be interested in being involved in one of our future episodes of North London TV, then contact the details below. And we hope to see you next time. Bye for now.